Alrighty, folks, welcome back.
You forgetting why you tears them to ribbons.
That's done.
Back on, and that's another kill!
Headshot after headshot. Smoking its carnage in the corner. We are balling.
We're straight balling! Let's go, baby! Chasing down this Ana. Ana is dead. Baptiste is in the grave 6 feet under. There's the other Genji. There can only be one, and it's Muhiki!
He finds his 1, he finds his 2, he finds his 3, he finds his 4!
King down. That's gonna be the round for CSU.
The flash in their face right there. Quadra kill. He's going for the pentakill.
It's the first one. He gets the second for the map. Oh my goodness, and people are dropping like flies.
Walks right through the omen and he takes down the spike carrier. The Vanga finds the third, and Levy takes them all down. You need to egg. Egg's leaving it up to Goose. Goose is gonna put it in. Oh, Goose for the third. Hey! This looking doable Scrum McLord is on a rampage. They're tearing them apart, tearing them to ribbons. Tiffin has been slain.
That's it. That's it. CSU wins. All right. And with that, Cleveland State has beaten Manchester and become the new champions of GLEC. First team to beat them in these playoffs, like, ever.
Are we muted?
No.
Welcome. You probably heard me ask if we're muted, and we're not, so welcome everybody today. We've got a big match headed in for you guys on this fine Saturday afternoon, soon to turn evening. Today, the big match at hand is CSU Green VALORANT versus Missouri Baptist Spartans. Now, the reason for this being a big match is simple. We win this, we get top 4 in CVAL North. We get top 4 in CVAL North. We qualify for the CVAL Championship, the national championship for collegiate VALORANT. I'm not sure if that's a LAN tournament. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm actually going to check real quick to make sure, because there's a Wikipedia page on it. So I'm going to try to make 110% sure on that, but just give me 1 second. But yeah, we are against Missouri Baptist Church. Or not Missouri Baptist Church, Missouri Baptist University. That's a completely different thing. And this is a team that's very, very scary, right? Like, obviously, they made it this far as well. They beat our League of Legends team with their League of Legends team. So there's a bit of history here. Our boys back there are trying to get revenge for our League of Legends roster. This is one of the biggest matches that we are going to have here in CSU ever. Like, this is probably our highest stakes match we have had up to this point. This is probably going to be the big thing for us. And coming into this one, when we've been in these positions in the past, right? We've been the underdogs. We've been the secondary team, right? Could we transition to the game real quick? I would like to sit down. I'm lazy. But we've been in this position before, and we've been the heavy underdogs. We've missed these opportunities in the past, but for once in our history, I'd say that we aren't the underdogs. We have a fair shot at this. We have a fair shake. And I'm not just saying that because I'm biased, because these are my boys, because this is a team for a school that I go to. But this is one of the first times that we have a real shot at this. And we're moving over in already. Haven is going to be map 1 in this series. Most likely, I would say Missouri Baptist University. Spartans, I think, are the ones who have selected this. We are on team spec. And not all spec, unfortunately. Well, as it tends to be, sometimes teams are a little bit more stringent. They don't want us to cheat, right? Excuse me. But looking at the bracket path, we actually started in the lower bracket because we lost a game 3 to Mizzou University, who is another one of those like heavy favorites, one of the strongest CVAL teams out there. They're a very, very exceptional team. Another thing, by the way, a small thing, they ended up losing, obviously. Like, not obviously, but they had to go against Northwood, who is a collegiate staple, one of the strongest collegiate esports orgs ever. And on the other side of it is Maryville, who, again, one of the strongest, if not the strongest, collegiate esports org ever. But again, we started in the losers bracket because we lost one regular season match, which is unfortunate, to Mizzou. But we've been on a tear. We have yet to drop a single map in our lower bracket run. 2-0 over University of Michigan, 2-0 over Kent State, 2-0 against Akron University. Those last two teams are teams that we have struggled with in the past and have lost to in the past, as far as I'm aware. So this is a new level of CSU we're experiencing right now. And Missouri Baptist Spartans,
none for anyone else.
Just another team sent in to try to stop us, but let's see if CSU can lock things down and lock in. Starting off, we're actually going to see, I was talking about a little bit yesterday how the Yoru ISO was very popular. This was one of the maps where that was the case, but one side has the Yoru, the other side has the ISO. Looking like a League of Legends draft because there's no duplicates as far as I can tell. And CSU are playing some agents that they usually aren't willing to experiment on, or at least in the past haven't felt like experimenting on. This semester though, their flexibility has really exploded, particularly Shuki here with the Asteroid, something that in the past he's talked about not really wanting to play. But here he is on it, and he's felt comfortable, right? He's been playing it a lot this season. And we've also got that Viz, which is actually one of the newer agents in the game. Roger, Roger.
Spike
Off of the
down,
flank,
mid.
gets Noths. Good roam there from him. Careful in that corner, and yeah, exquisitely finds that one. Man who can clutch, but can't find it this time. Notes. XXD is going to find that kill exquisitely gone, and now it's a 2v4. CSU have no control over the spike, and surely Missouri Baptist Spartans are fully controlling it. Nice shot there from Shuki. Can he clutch this one out? Still
Last player
one
standing.
more player here, Leon. Arguable MVP of this team.
Got the spike.
He's got the spike. You got it. He didn't check behind him. He's going to find that nice little classic shot. Nobody in the corner. He's looking for a plant. He's going to go over to A.
$30 seconds left.
This is where tension
Planted.
explodes. Place there from the Cypher. As well as the Sova. Flash up, he's looking for his targets. He knows one's in hell now. Let's tap on Spike, he can't quite find it. Fault line. It'll get the concuss. He sees the Sova, he just wants the Spike controlled though. And he's gonna be able to get it. It wasn't half. This is a round for CSU. They've got it! They have got it! What a pistol from them! The boys have it on lock!
It's impressive what Breach can do when he shuts up for a second.
An exceptional clutch there from Leon.
Try not to die.
Now we wait.
For the weapons. There you go. I'm sorry. I should have been a bit more specific rather than just trying to mouth the word tab. Man, it's a working man. TP in there for Y. He's found space on site, but that Sheriff is dangerous. But Shuki with the Ghost. No, that pistol might just be a little bit better in this one case. But he found a rifle on his teammate's corpse, and this one will be ideal. Found some chaos in that corner, and they're gonna pop the smoke, but not before Knots drops. Beautiful drop there. Gravity well as well to try to get something. The regen shields are gonna be necessary to keep Shuki topped off. Swinging up there, he's gonna find a third. He has been popping off this round exquisitely right behind him. They'll get their bonus, but not without some bloodshed. This round looking to be heavy advantage for Spartans.
you even punch a ghost? I need a drop. Who cares? I'm doing it.
Thank you, Breach.
I should probably.
That's what I don't think
play
I've
some
ever
astral
heard.
plane.
I don't think I've ever heard that voice line.
Yeah, that was a unique
Right
one.
there.
We wait.
I really like the patience that CSU seems to be going into this with. They're not going over expenditure, right? Just because they have the money for some rifles for their players who don't have rifles from the previous round, they're not going to buy.
With obscuring,
Play this one a
taking
little
that
bit
back.
slower.
Recovering
Willing to
it.
give away a bonus. 2 points away from that cosmic divide here. Bit of gunfighting going on.
Spotted.
Sewer.
There.
Yeah, the sheriff just doesn't have the range to match a vandal in that situation. And if anybody's upset at home with the producing, don't be. It's extremely difficult. Still doing a darn good job without being able to see the other team's perspective. Perfect swing there from those two. Match with each other, but Leon a little bit slow on the turn. Nope, it's gonna find that one Noths. Locking down B, common to his team. I need you here. And YU covers Roger Roger gone. Can't stick with that one. Like exquisitely, he's got him covered again.
Rip and tear.
His teammates trading their lives behind him, beside him, all around him. This is supposed to be a round for Mizu. Or not Mizu, for Missouri.
Thorns are alive.
On site, there go Noths has got that kill. Gonna pop the guided salvos. I hear it. Double tap's gonna be dangerous. They need to sync this one up. He doesn't even have it online. Exquisitely takes care of it. And it's 3 in a row for the boys.
Never interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake.
3 in a row is massive. Now, the Spartans are going to be lacking here. They're only going to have, like, maybe some sheriffs. Maybe they have a hero vandal in their back pocket with this economy. Yeah, look at that. Like, they have enough for a forced buy, but it'll be disjointed. It'll be easy to dismantle for CSU. The Vikes are heavily favored here. And even if they lose this round, they will have enough in the subsequent to go again. This would have to be a crazy thrifty
Concealment.
from
Recovering it.
Spartans.
Need that back.
Flash out.
Flash will give them some space. A is what they decide they want to go for here.
With that enough vision.
That drum will get a little bit of space, and yeah, they see one, but Cavern sees another, and that sheriff is good for now.
Rip and tear.
CSU, they've found some space on site, but the Vikes are dropping 1 by 1. It's a 3v3 now. In a position where you were really hoping to win this one cleanly. Goldsmiths for this retake. Gravity Well will slow down, and he's swinging, and there's one in hell, there's 2, and they're both gone! The Omens say goodbye! Shuki with a nice little 2-piece to end the round. 4 in a row. This is what we want to see from the Vikes.
You're okay, fam. Good even.
I need a drop.
These guys are on the warpath
Should work.
in this lower bracket. They
I got enough time to go into the astral
have been
fall.
playing so well to just 2-0 everybody. Akron is a team that even some of the best in CVAL aren't going to be 2-0ing like that. So going into this one, after that match,
Watch your step.
these guys have to feel incredibly confident. And they're playing it too. 4 in a row. Start things off.
My way.
Blaze Storm for the defenders. Let's see if we can get anything online. They've been getting some good kills on these rounds, even when they're losing, but those have been good enough most of the time with the guided salvos. Rolling Thunder prepared. There we go. It's popped. See what kind of space they can make with this. Walk it in. That's the Blade Storm identified. They know exactly where the jet is. Can they find the kill, though? And yeah, they can. Knots with 2. Unbelievable. The Hunter's Fury is going through, but there's no targets. He's not finding anything. That Yoru is the only killable target, but he's not in LOS. Oh, what a shot there. Leon is able to find it. Fault line, and yeah, that ISO is not going anywhere. 3 from Noths. This is dominance, man.
That wasn't terrible.
I was expecting this to be close. The Vikings have been tearing them to ribbons. They got coached by, I don't remember who it was, but they got coached by a very established coach, a very well-experienced coach. And it seems like it has done wonders for these guys. I've never seen them play this well. Above all, they are surely shooting. Dimensional Drift is going to give YU a bit of information for his team. They see one. Yep, there's the Cypher. Gonna be dipping out. What are you doing? Right by them! This is disrespect! Oh, he's not gonna be able to find more than one. The Guardian is good, and Cavern finds another. This one might be one to lose for CSU, but it's still a 3v4, more than doable. But they're dropping players so much. I don't think it's doable. This is the one round they're gonna drop. It was from a little bit of overheat. CSU give one away, but their wallets sure as hell don't look like they've given away anything. They have so much money to play around with here. Three ultimates online as well, compared to two. They had to use
Recovering it.
no ultimates actually that round, but there was 3 used in a prior, I think, at the very least.
Time to jump.
Need that back. Need that back.
Flash placed. Flashing.
I like that. A little bit of flash followed up by a TP. Vulnerables exquisitely. He's got to watch out for that. ISO swinging up, and Armageddon will cover the spike. He's breaking down that double tap. He's not going to be able to finish out the kill. Nope. Gets it, but exquisitely. And Shuki, they both find one. There's one player left. All of a sudden, it is explosive. It is deliberate. It is precise from the bikes.
Right there.
Flashing.
Not able to get that shot. It's a tough one to hit that. And Vikes with a 6th.
No worries, Charlie.
Goodness gracious.
No worries.
I need a drop.
I mean, before this, Amino, one of the players on White, the substitute for this team in particular, excellent player. He was talking about wanting to come in here and commentate, but he had to go to the gym first, and I think he's gonna miss 2 maps at this pace. This is electrifying.
Decoy. Blinding.
I like how they're mixing up their approaches as well. They're going for some flashes into direct engage, some flashes into a slower pace. They're using that roller to try to bait something in. Twitch note. Gonna find that one, find that two. Shuki is able to get a trade at the very least, of CSU aren't without reward, and that one will be another. Leon is on pittance right now, 5 HP.
Right there.
He's got the spike as well, he's got to give it away. He also might just be bait. Someone can just grab it if they're able to swing together. They did check that left corner, but
All set.
it looks like they're going to be fine for now. This much slower, and with that steel garden, gonna be a massive advantage on site if anybody's here. So the dart shows that there's at least some presence.
30 seconds left.
But that presence seems to be for a retake.
Right there.
Right there.
That flash followed up from the smoke, and that's gorgeous. Leon, 5 HP. Who needs more? Who needs more? 7. They're already over halfway to victory on this map.
Don't think it, eh?
87% win rate
Up I
on these
go.
rounds. 88 almost. 87.5. Quick maths. This might be some of the best gameplay I've ever seen from these guys.
Check your posture.
Cutting.
Early spam through.
Concealment.
Something that they haven't had to deal with quite yet. I like the mix up there this time from the Spartans. Something's arrived. That's going to be the duplicate. But Cavern's found 2. They're not able to find the shots there. Yoru ultimate. It's a duel now. Armageddon for YU. Not quite the ultimate, but rather the metaphor.
exquisitely spammed through against the smoke. It's a flawless round, that one. The Spartans have found themselves a way to wiggle in.
Control their choices.
And a flawless is what they really needed in particular, right? Like, they have no money to play around with if they don't get that one flawless, and now there's going to be some solid buy rounds from both sides, especially if CSU can, lock things down. But the fact that Spartans have been getting kills consistently means that CSU's eco isn't as high as you would expect it to be at this position. At only 750 and 50 for two of their players. Spend up quite a bit in mid. Yeah, they attacked pretty well. That's going to be the Hunter's Fury finding one shot. It'll find Knots in the end. Was the spike carry as well, but Rolling Thunder pop up that ISO. Looking like a trampoline. Let's see if they can find the kill, but no, Cavern is actually covering his teammate. And Leon, he's gone. Cavern with 3. The Vikes are going to be able to get some control over to A, and if they're silent, if they're careful. Well, this might be a rotate from the Spartans as well. They got to know that something's up. Or do they think it's C? Do they think it's A? But I know in just a second. Juki leading the charge with the spike in hand is going to be... Nowhere yet. Oh, one was in hell this whole time. Oh, he can't find the spam damage. He's going to swing up and Cavern with 4. He's not going to find his ace. Can another player find a kill in this round is the question. To concuss. There's one there, there's 2, but Shuki can't quite get the clutch. The Spartans have awoken. That's 3 for them.
They brought weapons made of metal.
Now CSU, they should have just enough to get an okay buy here. Look at this. Like, you might need to see Shuki buy exquisitely something small, like it might have to be a bulldog. He's gonna go for a sheriff. Like the amount of deaths that CSU are incurring, a little bit too high for how these rounds are going. If you see on Spartans, they had 8 deaths across the board. Vamos. Like the average KD between these teams is remarkably similar despite the score. CSU have gone from playing at breakneck pace to slowing things remarkably. Why you going to be placed comfortably though? Oh. Held by the ISO, they're going to back off. Shuki as well. It's 1 for Leon at the very least. Looking towards B a little bit, but this is dangerous. Come back to A. Some to the sewers. Every swing, like watching a horror movie. That's with the spike. This is dangerous. Having him up front. Grab that tailwind.
Grenade is live.
30 seconds left.
Some ISO inside, but exquisitely finds that one. Let's see if Noth's gonna hit the clutch here.
Spike planted.
Could absolutely be seeing wrong here. That's the paranoia dropped in. Noth's in the smoke. His visibility is already limited.
All missiles away.
He knows that there's a risk of a roam. An eye off rope, but no, both players there. You can hear it. Oh. 75 damage, half of his HP is gone. Let's see if it's a tap or the stick. It's a stick. He's got to swing up for it. He's got it. He's got it. 3 for him in that round. A massive clutch. Oh my goodness, the tension is palpable, even though they're so far ahead. They still don't have a great buy online. And again, neither does the Spartans. And they actually identify that. They're going with the Outlaw. It's a weapon that I have spoken very highly about in the past. Against 2 or 3 of those players, it's going to be the equivalent to a stronger op, rather.
Get out of my way!
It's exquisitely with the Sheriff is going to be the spear tip of the engage, it seems. Oh, Shuki with a headshot as well? I think Counter was one of the only players with enough money to resist a body shot.
Decoy. Time to jump.
Armageddon on site. A little bit more while they're at it.
You and me.
Leon, let's see if he can win the duel. And yeah, no. Both times that ISO has sat down and just waited for the swing up.
Blinding Pratt.
I use the sole players left on site. He's found a target, and yeah, he's got two. He's got two. Are you serious? He's got three. Oh, he's got three. Are you serious? 4 in the round, 3 there. That was the final round and a half as well. So that eco that was waning no longer is a factor. What a round. What a half from the Vikes. They only need 4 more rounds to win this one. And now they're on defense. Granted, Haven, it's good for attackers, all things considered, but defense is still a very solid advantage to be able to play with.
Heading to the above.
Hit them when they're not looking. Time to jump.
Going Astro, guys.
Concussing.
A lot of util used early by the Vikes. At sees one. He's gonna be able to rotate moving over. He's got it kind of handled solo right now, but he's gonna need his teammates to come in shortly. And yeah, there we go. That's gonna be what can happen in these situations. Leon dipping back, paranoia a little bit too much to play around comfortably.
Back up.
Why you with the lurk? It's good. That's one shot. He's gonna find a second. No, not quite. Too many players swinging up on him all at once. It's a 2v3 now. Shuki just wandering around to see if maybe they rotate, and it seems as though they have.
Last player standing.
It's a tough one. I don't think they're gonna have any idea that Mouth is coming from this angle, but C long is a horrifying place to play. I don't know if he's gonna go for it. Yeah, Garage is much better. You're gonna know it's much better, so this is much more heavily loaded. Exhibit that. Spartans will take their first pistol round here.
Move in after I strike. That's when they're weak.
Why are you with the Sheriff here? He's gonna try to go for some hero plays with that one, I would presume. I would say I would presume, but yeah, that's the main reason you buy a Sheriff.
Just try and get past me. All missiles away.
Play this one super aggressive down C long. But yeah, no, they're immediately dip back, exquisitely comms to the team. They're here, they're here. And Y is gonna try to cover A. Reminder. The one with the longest range of the team.
Right there.
I feel as though the Spartans were... Excuse me. Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel as though if they're playing this right,
Spike down,
they
mid.
would have just played slow for C? Right? Try to back off the util. Wait for CSU to play aggressive. It's their only solid chance of winning a round here. And it seems as though that's generally what they're considering doing. There's some noise making Garage. I like this. A Shiki from Shuki. Is he gonna find a kill off? Yes, he will. They got 3 all of a sudden! It's a Sheriff in hand. Now let's see if they can find this last player. Wherever they may be, they have spike control. It's Cavern with the Vandal. You're gonna want that to be a prize for them later on.
Last player standing. 30 seconds left.
Weren't quite watching that, and why you claim so. That's the bonus denied. That's when Spartans should have been able to win out, but now their econ is going to be pittance. CSU, they're going to have so much money to play around with here. They should be able to get a full buy. And so. If they lose this round, I mean, there's a chance. But CSU looking to go up to 11.
Blinding prep.
Like that attempt at an early wall bang for Leon, see if he can find a kill. Again, the change of pace that CSU's been going for time. Playing it differently always. It's making quite a bit of noise. They know somebody's on C and they'll be able to take care of it pretty quick. Yeah, Leon with another.
Launching thorns. Enemies. Thorns are alive.
High value recon dart.
Silver's
Some information that there's 3 there. Haven't found the spike quite yet.
One enemy remaining.
Natashio is going to be traded out. I mean, you got the spikes information now. You know exactly where that omen is. Exquisitely finds the shots with the phantom
You
at
can't
that
see my
range
face
too.
right now, but just know I'm smiling.
Make peace with yourself before you pull the trigger.
drop.
2 more rounds here for CSU if they, in order to win map 1. And again, this is a breakneck pace that they're playing at. You expect a Valorant map to last 50 minutes to an hour. This has been 40 minutes so far.
Astro Guardian things I do.
Tack, tack.
Taking that back.
This is what TikTok
All
does.
missiles
Right?
away.
And they're going for these early spams that quite common. That's on Dart and Vayu snuck his way in. He's gonna find one. Yes, he's going to trade, which isn't perfect, but it's good enough. A duelist for a duelist. So one more for Spartans. Exquisitely is gonna take care of that one though. Despite having double duelist composition, there's no more on the field for either team. Exquisitely finds one. He's not going to go for that one, though. I like the patience that he's playing with here. Most players on the Vikings are a lot more aggressive. They are very, almost desperate to get their ones at times. Exhibit A. Shorty in hand. Doesn't need it. Knott's going to find that one. But that's why I like Exquisitely, right? He plays at such a different pace from the rest of the team. It lets him be that anchor. It's why he's been in so many positions to get those solo clutches.
Flash place.
30 seconds left.
Good hit.
Spike planted.
My blind
Flash,
is
you know,
dead.
that one. The shock dart finds Shuki. Try to swing up first. Low to survive it. 2v2. Both players playing the same space. They get hit with the collat. They're doomed. One in hell.
Remaining. Last player standing.
Both players are on Spike. Exquisitely the solo player. He's hide from that recon dart in the smoke, but how long does he last? I can't believe they didn't hit. That's plot armor, but Cavern still finds it in the end. CSU are okay with trading rounds here, though. Ultimately, if the Vikings can just play at a pace where they feel comfortable, look at this, the op now online for Vayu. They can keep playing this slow, even though Noth doesn't have a rifle. He should be fine with it. I mean, just 1 round to 1 round, that's going to favor him.
Cutting through. All missiles away.
Fault line there. There's going to be a recon dart sitting right behind him. He's not going to stick around for too long.
Time to jump.
Sheriff shots to his right, but he's got 2 angles to watch.
Thorns activated.
Spartans are playing this so slow. They don't know who is. Kind of patience is good here, in particular when there's an op on the field. Leon's gonna find the first kill. Finds a second. Still no clue that there's an op.
Unsuppressed.
Now they know. Kill one on site for Spartan's duelist. Spam through, they give him. Plants going down. Armageddon with the Rolling Thunder. I love the ult combo from the team. Got Salvo as well. It's gonna find the kill that Armageddon.
30 seconds left.
Aftershock forced them out of that corner, or at least what if they were there. Now the best they can do is rotate CSU Fortress on A. That's if they're still there.
10 seconds left.
It's gonna be a save. I like it from Spartans, playing this one patient. Shuki's still gonna see if he can find a player with the pants down. Oh! Noths gives away a kill.
Point.
This is it.
This is... yeah, this is over.
I need a drop.
Unless Spartans can pull out the thrifty of a lifetime. This looks done.
Let's kill this competition.
Time to jump.
Very aggressive early hold there. Look at that from YU. He just stands up. They know that at least somebody is on C. That's Fury gonna snag Leon. He's gonna be able to evade the rest of it. That's the ISO on site. They found some rifles. They found some stuff to make it work, but how much work can it do? Flash sense above head. YU grabs a rifle. Doesn't want the op at this range. Sees one in garage. He's gonna be able to find it. No. The steel garden as well. If there's any rifles left, they're sure as hell gone now. The last player identified. The last player torn to sunder. One more map, and the Vikes are top 4. Again, like, that might have been the strongest gameplay I've ever seen from Cleveland State. It's gonna be a second. Maybe it's not gonna be a second because we're getting some R spam in the chat from the players. Since gonna be the next map. Again, you can expect a map to usually last about 45 minutes to an hour. We're on the low end of that from that one. But yeah, I want to repeat. Just for everybody at home who's watching, I want everybody to know this because, first off, producing this game is difficult. You know, you might not think it is at times, but it can be quite difficult, especially when you can't see the other team on the minimap. You can't see them through walls. It gets a little bit tougher, even more so. So, I want no disrespect to my producer today. Thank you.
Disrespect.
Keep it that way. They want to waste no time here. Scent will be map 2. I highly doubt we're going to see that coveted buying selection from CSU, but I don't think the Vikes have been able to play bind really much at all this season. Been a lot of other maps, and they sure as heck have been able to make it work. Very similar composition. The only real difference here is going to be Shuki switching over to the Omen from the Astra. I have no idea. There's no real way to know from this position which maps were whose picks. In the past, they've sent us it between, like, before the start of the series. They sent the map draft, but You know, times have changed. We haven't asked them for that for a little while, so we don't have access to that information. Yeah, the Vikings have been playing exceptionally today.
Who will they cry for once they know they're going to die?
Again, reminder. I say again, but I last said this on the previous stream. The wall there has been updated to not be quite so vulnerable. Early swing there from Shuki to try to see if he can find something, but all he sees is a turret, and Wayu actually sees cavern. So
Shadows traveling.
they switch sides. What the heck, man? Oh wow, wow, wow! There. Yeah, just walk up on them. Why don't you? Just tear them. Just tear them apart. Get rid of them all. Suzuki gets a free ult orb while you're at it. You know generally where this last player is. Vikings don't want to overstay their welcome or invest anything. They know that they're in the corner now. Yeah, two people holding down the same angle. One player can't hold on to it. Roger falls, and the Vikings
You're a
now,
disruptive one, Breach.
they win another
But
point.
that's welcome here. Go rattle their heads for us.
Any means necessary.
Launching thorn.
This thing there. Why? Yeah, just get rid of them. They're gone. All of them. Yeah, that might be the quickest round I've ever seen in Valorant.
Time to jump. You're not being shot at. You're doing something
I
wrong.
think that I've never seen 5 players die so quick in this game. That was like, I don't know if anybody's ever watched Red vs. Blue. Have you ever watched Red vs. Blue? Yeah, you know in like season, I want to say 9? Season 9 or 10?
I don't think I got that far.
Okay, so in season 9, like they started introducing some CGI animation, which sounds weird for a show in the show, but it's actually really good. There was a scene where 3 people jump over and then all get shot at the same time. That's what that felt.
One is down.
Shot by paintball, pretty much, but it's still shot. Spam through down the mid, they got salvo. Interesting time to use it. I feel like it's not the best place, and you know, sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes I'm an idiot. Oh wow, I mean,
Last player
mid
standing.
control was not especially established there for CSU, I guess. I thought they had it, but they'll kind of go away in the end. Spartans will collect this bonus at the very least. Not going to go down quite the same way they did map 1.
I need a drop.
An op already. Okay. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, you've been playing for mid control super hard if you're CSU, and if you're the Spartans. Good coverage from his team, backing him up, making sure that nobody's going to be sonaring him. Giving away information early swing. He's gonna have to back off with that recon bolt in his shoulder.
Cover going out.
Smoke's gonna make it tough to get anything done, but it's a TP away from Shuki that'll get him in a better position. I'm kind of shocked that nobody has yet to put pressure down on A. Massive damage onto Leon. He's going to back off. Exquisitely falls as well. And as I say it, they move in on it. Well, he's going to be very happy to get some presence on Heaven.
All missiles away. Drone going up.
That
Spike planted.
Drone is down.
Drone melted down by the incendiary. A lot of players down in hell. That's the op. Made it up by the turret. CSU, they're dropping players a lot. Yeah.
Flawless.
Spartans able to win that one out. 2 in a row for them.
I'll isolate the problem.
This looks a lot better from the Spartans than map 1 did. Missouri Baptist University, who seem to have found a map that they are more comfortable on. Not only that, but I don't think it could be overstated the impact that that first round dominance had for CSU. Or not first round, but on map 1, the third round they were supposed to give away. It was the bonus that really meddled with the econ for Spartans for the rest of it. Now in the past, when CSU had a light buy round, they've been playing aggressive. Now they're going to slow things down.
Going out.
Stinger, big damage onto Katashito. Or Katashio. I'm gonna say Katashio. I like that more. It sounds like Pistachio. The Sage as well, by the way. Not a pick you often see, but on here in particular, on Haven. Might be mixing my maps up. He's watching out for the corner of that smoke to see if anyone's going to waltz up, and no, not quite.
Last player
Only
standing.
Exquisite loses a clutch. I don't see happening. He'll get his one at the very least. He's not going to go down without a fight. But the Vikes give away the lead for the first time in this series.
I feel no empathy for them. What does that say about me? Don't answer. It was rhetorical.
The last map. Why am I stupid?
Cutting through. Omen, let's flank them. Cover going out.
Somebody's been playing aggressive each time into B for the Vikings. I'm not sure how you feel about it. It hasn't been giving them a lot of results. It did in that second round, but since then it's been a little bit less exemplary. The results have dried up a bit more. Also gonna take up the... He's going really deep in as well. Finds maybe a little bit too much handle. Get it solve a little.
All missiles away.
Stuff them up if they dare to walk up.
Here.
And you're seeing the difference in playstyle between these two teams. When the Spartans are on attacks, they slow things down to a crawl. When CSU are on attack, they want to go hard and go fast. They want to really explode.
You should run.
Shadows.
But they got a second snipes out the map where it's easy to do that with. Smoke into the lockdown is going to be tough for CSU to play against. There's somebody mid, they say. Leon's found it. Dimensional drift. It's shut out! It's destroyed! Beautiful spam there from Cavern, and another one gone. Leon out of it. More spam!
Last player standing.
Right through the smoke.
Spike planted.
Leon is the last, or Shuki rather, the last one left, and again they get one, but this is looking like a very solid inversion of map 1. And reminder, CSU on the defense here, they are the team that should have an advantage. Defender's advantage here in particular is very strong. Sheriff's mostly all around for the lineup.
Time to jump. All missiles away.
Yes, taking it up as well. EP in onto the smoke for CSU. CSU YU,
No more
I should say.
for it.
Okay, Knobs are gone. Why you with the Stinger? He tries to find some results, but
Last
no,
player
he's gonna find that
standing.
kill, and Leon is the last player left. Only a sheriff. Will he even be able to find a consolation prize?
Long.
No, not quite. It's a flawless round there for the Spartans.
If they think it is more honorable to resist death, they're welcome to try.
Good time to pause here for CSU. Now, I've said in the past that I think that CSU should be using their pauses right before a round that they are supposed to win. I'm not sure if, or not supposed to win, but have their rifles, right? They have the finances to get through the round. So not using a pause and then immediately losing a round to lose their momentum. This team being very momentum based, I think it's important for them to be able to maintain that. But here, I'm not sure if I still stand by that. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much. I still stand by that, but I've heard some apparently pro play, like in pro play, you apparently do pause during the pistol, but at least I've seen more pauses during the light buy rounds than during the rifle rounds. I've heard some people say that, but it might be a preference thing. It might be this, that, or the other. I also don't think these guys listen to me that way. Like, these guys are some of the best of the best in collegiate Valorant. And I am bronze.
Time for regret. Time to jump.
Able to find the knife there, why? It's going really aggressive yet again. Alright, it's gonna work out this time, but I was gonna say that I think they might need to, you know, do a bit of a change of pace.
kill my ally.
Resurrection is gonna be there. Twitch note. Brings back the Sova.
You are powerless.
The null command as well. You're going to need to make a lot of space down onto this site. That's going to be the null command put out of commission. Armageddon as well, but it doesn't find any kills. In fact, it's Katashio.
My ultimate's ready.
Gonna go for this if you're exquisitely Steel Garden into 4 when you're the only player.
Spike planted.
See, there's one main, and yeah, you can't find another. This looks like a very well-drilled team on this map in particular. The only question is, what is map 3 gonna be? Well, no, that's not the only question, because CSU still have some time to win this.
Cutting through.
It's going to be very tough in this position. You've already given away half of the rounds on your defense. Not what you want to see at all. You've at least got some knowledge that there's at least somebody here. And a reminder that this is best of 3, so we're not going to see a 5th map. Backing off. Revealed for a moment there. Rolling Thunder. That swing up from the Sova is going to be matched by CSU. Flash up. Cavern with the spam. Roger with the bullet. Leon 1 HP in a dream, but
Last player standing.
ain't enough. Exquisitely going to find his one before dropping, and it's just nothing it feels like they can do here.
Ability, dedication,
I need a
time.
drop.
That's all we need.
I need a drop.
And this is what feels worst. If you look at the pace of the scoring, CSU won their pistol, they won their bonus, and 7 in a row for the Spartans.
Cutting through.
shot, that one whiffs. Shuki finds his first shot. He's not going to be able to TP out in time. Katashio is able to find that kill. Why you watching over mid? Back covered by Noths. Oh, he sees something there and he's able to find it. Katashio. Able to find that subsequent shot, and what on earth? 2 from the KO. There's 2 Vikes remaining. Now there's only 2 Spartans, though. They hear the plants going on B.
Spike
Ready to
planted.
join shortly. This is the round where I think you pop the Steel Garden.
Last player standing.
A little bit less sure of that now, but with the door closing, how many players, or how many places exquisitely can come from? Now there's only one, and Roger, wow, went all the way around mid. I wasn't expecting that at all.
I survived obliteration. I will survive them.
The wallets now for the Spartans are bursting at the seams. Enough money to fund another half if they could.
Now we wait. Right then. Let's go kill them.
Vikes are just going to be looking for another round anywhere here at this point. Go to that knife to flash up. Flashes himself though. Very far forward for the Vikings. See 1 mid, see 2 mid. Good patience from Leon. He's able to find Cavern thanks to it. Not drop. That's 1 shot from Shuki. It's good. They might have found their round at the end of the day, but Katashio's found 2. Rifle now in hand for Leon. You know generally where they are. That's a nice shot there. And you see that last player. He's got the spike. Or they have the spike actually, the Vikes.
Locating targets.
At this point.
All missiles away.
If he comes around mid, Vikes don't really have anybody watching it right now.
Ammunition.
Not coming around mid though, are they? Thrifty round claim. That's a good look for the Vikes.
Last round in the half.
If they're able to take this last round, they'll be able to go into this next half 8-4. They'll have sandwiched 8 wins from the Spartans in between 2 of their own on each side. And going into the second half, if you're able to win this round now for the Vikings, they've got a good win rate on pistols. They've won 2 of the 3 so far. So if they're able to take this one as well, the subsequent pistol as well, they might be going into the next half after pistol 8-6. That's not so bad.
You should run.
Lockdown. Oh, he's gonna play up with it. They don't expect it. He's only gonna get his 1.
Ammunition.
But at the very least, going to stall anything. There is no guided salvo. In fact, it's an orbital strike. Not's gotta put up with. Steel Garden, finally it'll come through and exquisitely takes down Cavern. They're not able to get the plant online quite yet. And they've got most of site control pretty much claimed. There's Katashio, but Katashio causes catastrophe! The 2v3, what looked winnable, now looks dire for the Vikings. 1 in mid is a shot into the shoulder from Leon. He's not going to find anything else. Noth's backing him up. Holding Heaven strong.
30 seconds left.
Now he's allowed to get that one. Heaven surely is going to be taken soon by the attackers. As they wrote. So that's what the Vikes think. Who am I to disagree?
Spike planted.
That's It's a B angle after all. You know that both players are coming from attacker side. Guys, Salvos and Fault Line both online now.
Right there.
Well, they'll know now. There's not a lot of time left for the Vikings. They should know that both players are on site. Maybe back site. Yeah, they're both back there. Unless they're playing a retake somewhere cheeky, somewhere sneaky, and that they are. That's what we get him for the 181 on Earth Leon! Nonsense to get him covered! He's got it! Oh my god! 0.3 seconds! Skin of their teeth! By a hair!
Sides.
Their backs will be towards at least one of us.
It doesn't get closer than that! And now after a half that didn't look quite as good as the first map, we've got a co-caster coming in here. Welcome, Camino.
Hello guys. Sorry for being a little bit late to the stream. Had some stuff I gotta go do, but I'm excited to start commentating now.
Map 1 was dominant, I gotta say, from the Vikings. It looked very good.
Very good. See, I've heard that the Spartans been going through a little bit of problems with their roster recently. Like they weren't playing with their full team, but it looks like at least Noted's back. Noted's one of the top players in the nation right now in the Radiant ladder, so it's interesting to see how dominant map 1 was to now.
I mean, it's been, I think that it might be a little bit of comfortability, and the Vikings haven't been shooting as well, I gotta say. Map 1, they were really on top of things, but now they've been
Last player standing.
outpaced a little bit.
Executed.
Not saying outpaced much himself, is he?
Nah, that was 2 nice one-taps there. And I go swinging around the wall, gets one-tap by Cavern on the pistol round starting, you know, the second half here, the attack for CSU. And I feel like in competitive play, at least in comp, it's a little bit different. It's more 50-50, but attack is... Defense and attack are so interchangeable on this map that it's just almost who's... Some may say luckier, but more shooting on the day for this map.
Yeah, no, I will say that map 1, Haven, the Vikings were absolutely shooting.
Absolutely.
It was like they had one round this map that they ended up winning in about 5 seconds. Then after that, of course, Spartans won 8 in a row.
Yeah, I was playing some comp games before this with Mr. Leanne here. First game he wasn't shooting as much, but the next game he dropped 49 or 39. Jesus, I'll eat that. He ate that for sure. Fortunate.
Not much you can do from this position if you're the Vikings. Gonna have to back off.
I mean, Shucky there. Jump peeking A main solid too. There's 2 mid. B's kind of free right now.
Yeah, Shuki was left on his lonesome a little bit, picked up there. You should know that there's 3 people who aren't here at this point. You should be able to get this site for free.
That's a little bit rough though. They're gonna know that at least Silva can quick rotate with the Outlaw. It's just kind of just a gun diff, util diff with how the money looks right now.
Gotta solve it. We'll give them a bit of entry. Walk up there. The knife reveals why you.
From market, yeah. He gets the one from market. There's another one there. Looks like they're just gonna get bombed down, get the money. Not much more you can do from that position. Talking about it real quick is, you know, I have a little bit more, I wouldn't say expertise, but I know a little bit more of the higher rated players on the ladder than you do. Noted is one of the most, I guess, prolific ones that you can find. He held rank 1 for like 3 days during this act already. He's just a really, really solid player.
And they were playing a double duelist comp. They were doing, I think it was Jet ISO.
Yeah.
And Noted was the one who was on the Jet, so
yeah,
some sense to me.
The ISO buffs or nerfs or change is one of the more interesting ones because
adjustment.
Yeah, it's definitely more of adjustment because ISO's so broken. Like the way how his vulnerable now suppresses you, it's just like it can shut down the entire push in a second. It's the vulnerable, like kind of could anyways, but it was a little bit rougher as KJ kills one working up main as they're trying to do a B split. Doc dart in, nice kill there by Shucky. Gotta clear out this KJ from sight. 2 people low and Shucky and Wyu. KJ gets another. Now you're trying to clear him out here, trying to get some M's in. They're going to clear him out as the KJ gets a third on the round. KO flashes through, and Noda gets the rest. They look a little off sync there. Exquisitely dying so early, a main off the push. Even though there's 2 there, it should be a trade. And then the 3 people market getting the 1, and just they couldn't really peek onto the KJ in time.
Yeah, and it's that's been the common theme here. Like CSU, when they win one round, they win another, but then they just haven't been able to find a way to put it together after. Like they get they've gotten 2 strays each time, and then it's been given away a massive streak over to the other side of this now. And they won a round where they shouldn't have in map 1, and I think that might have what gave them a bit of momentum. But YU found a little bit of momentum here. He's able to get the KJ. Katashio, who's been really a big threat for them so far.
Absolutely, it's the Sova Dart sees probably Shucky there as he dives to him with the Odin spam through main. Likes Leanne, kills him through a wall.
Well, being with the sheriff, you don't see that today.
YU gets 1 in market. Now it's a 3v2 here. Vikes Leanne very low. Sage all to work with. Teo all going down. Noda gets 2 on the back end as Roger then trades out. Just the Teo ult seemed a little bit late. The timing on it was the ult in, I guess, in hindsight's bad. During the time they thought it was good, would push him out, but Noda was already so far deep towards stairs that they weren't expecting that timing. As he gets 2 on the back end, and then Rogers comes out, swings. Roger, you know what I mean? Battle Droid.
Yeah, if there's any 2 people to put in a room to understand that reference, it's probably you and me.
My whole username is based off Star Wars.
And I used to be one of the biggest Star Wars fans I knew. I still love Star Wars. Like, my favorite character, fun fact, is General Grievous because
he's dope. Mine was Plo Koon.
Plo Koon's.
As they're gonna need some.
Flashed up after the TP. He's gonna still be able to survive. I'm shocked, but both players were flashed, so.
Kind of crazy. Noda puts up his wall there. Brim Molly, good delay. Slows are gonna start coming out from the stage too as 1 goes out, second one. He's playing in front of that wall. Wyer's gonna try to get something going here. Noda's just peeking, getting 2. Noda gets a 3rd, gets a 4th, and this is why I was talking about him so highly. He's just one of the best players and just in the nation right now. Gets 4 on the back end, just swinging through. This round looks practically impossible to win. Even if he kills 4 of them, if Noda stays alive, he can res. He's gonna have to kill 6 as KO swings in and finishes him off in a dominant map win off of the dominant map win of CSU. Dominant one for the Spartans.
I think it was the same scoreline both times, I think, as well. I think it was 13-4. Might have been 13-5 on map 1. But yeah, exceptionally dominant there. What you always see the Vikings do every single time is they will swing up with the dimensional drift from YU. If he pops it, pings out the target. Saw that he tried to do it there that time as well, but I mean,
Noda just kills him, man.
Yeah, Noda was just shooting.
Can I see the ranks real quick before of the other team? Just go to the sidebar to the right.
Slowly shift it through.
Mortal Wine.
Diamond 3.
This is the big one. Number 2 right now there for Noda. Yeah. Cavern's also very good. I heard he's a little bit of a, let's say, not nice guy. A little annoying apparently, but Noda, one of the best players in the nation, as it shows right there. Number 2 on the ladder is not something you see very much. I played with Articuno, who's number 1 for a little bit. I played with him a few times. But it's crazy still seeing it.
Yeah, a bit of a shift here. On map 1, Shuki was playing the Astra. It's making sense ways now, obviously. And we're sort of seeing the Rays, which makes sense on Lotus, right? You know, when you think of duelist options on Lotus, you almost always see Rays. What's your take on the Vice? It's been there all 3 maps.
It's just... Vice, to me, is just the most broken in the game. As a Sentinel, Vice is just... Like, her flash, her hard stop is just so much better than a Cypher. Because Cypher Trip, as you're going to see here with Noda and Cavern are playing, even the Breach, all that stuff can destroy a Cypher Trip.
Yeah.
All their util. Nothing can break a Vice Ray. It's constant info. On top of that, her flash also gives you info. top of that, it's also a flash.
Yeah.
So if they start pushing in on C, the wall goes up, you flash, you swing. It's almost a freebie most of the time. And then they keep going through, and even if they put missiles down to destroy your vice traps, they still have to clear you out.
And it's a big commitment as well to use the guided salvos on something like trap, whereas you can often see it get 1, even 2 kills at times.
Yeah. And like I think vice is so broken. I play her all the time. So broken here. As we start map 1 here, it's basically a mirror comp other than the Deadlock, who's also extremely broken, except he's kind of almost what we call a fake sentinel, where you can't really trust her trips to hold flank, but they're still there.
It's a presence, but it's not a control almost.
Here we go here. Nice little walk up here from CSU B main. They're gonna head towards C here if we can get the vice OB.
I like this. This is cheeky. I really like this. You're gonna be able to patience here as well. They're not gonna find nearly enough. Leon, he's gonna get 2 off of it, but you really wanted to see a little bit more. He's gonna drop as well.
You saw that. That's a little unfortunate timing. Looks a little off sync for CSU. Leanne takes the first shot. Dinks 1. Why kind of just stands there. He doesn't. I don't even think he shoots really a bullet out. I don't think he's ready to quite go. Exquisitely here in a good spot. If they start hitting towards, I don't think they are. I think they're gonna rotate towards A here if I have my guess.
So, if it wasn't C or A, it was going to be B, and you've got 1 holding it down right now. But at this point for CSU, I think they got to know that the rotates come through.
Deadlock had a good time, and if you saw, you got to kill A main there.
30
I
seconds
think
left.
Mike Shucky early into the round, and he probably just called him on over. It's a big game here. I think this is elimination here for CSU.
Yeah, lower bracket. If they win this match, they make top 4 in the North, which would put them in the CVAL championship. So this is very high stakes.
Left.
Are they still on C?
They're just waiting time out.
Spike planted.
I was confused. I don't think I've ever seen a team do that.
They're just both teams playing extremely slow, seeing what the other team's going to do. Recently here, going to try to take a spawn up CT. The problem is here for CSU is they're going to have to clear absolutely everything. Don't really have much to clear out. They're going to have the missiles to drone. I think they're going to have the flash. They're going to be able to get util and info off of all of those. And this 3 swings out. Catastio takes him down. Kind of freaky. And Catastio gets a 3rd.
Swinging up without the drone used as well?
It's interesting. I mean, like, he probably should use the drone there, but maybe he was trying to buy more time. But I don't know where else you're going to use the drone. So,
like, in that situation in particular, like, the way that the Vikes have been especially succeeding in this match is they've won the first pistol every time.
First pistol?
Yep. Map 1, they won the first pistol. It carried them into like 5 or 6 rounds in a row. Then map 2, they won the first pistol. And they, obviously, bonus. This is the first time they've lost the first pistol.
Missiles coming out here early for CSU. Clearing out, getting the A main space here. If we can get towards the Vice POV, they're hitting on to C with a drone that's coming in from Leanne. He's going to be comped for exquisitely. He's going to get spammed through. He's down to 8 HP. He's in a rough spot here. He's probably... If he can get 1, though, that would be huge. Nof's going to try to join him here. He's going to get put down. Nofs can't get another. It's 3v5 here. Deadlock extremely low as a 3-man flank comes through towards the town.
Spike planted.
Dashio still gets 1, but Mike Shucky and Wyu hitting some nice shots. Now it's a 2v2 here. They're going to flash close, try to take the space, but Noda's going to take up that now position with a Phantom. But it is still a great second round. A lot of damage done. Not a lot of guns going to be able to keep through into this 3rd round, but honest to God, I think it's just going to be a buy first buy round here. Pistachio, Cavern, Roger, all kind of rich, and the 2 guys have Phantom. You're going to see a 3rd round full buy for both.
Especially because for Spartans here, it's like if you get the full buy and you win this round, you're going to probably be looking at 4 rounds at least. Like maybe even 5 if you can win cleanly from this position. The force buy has such massive reward and such little breaks, I think.
You're absolutely fine. You're going to be absolutely flying if you're Spartans here if you win this round.
Shadows traveling.
Good smoke here from Vike Shucky. You're out. out. They hear C main. Teo drone coming through now. Breach flash. Here comes the hit.
Waiting for the spam to come through. Shuki seeing if he can find anything cheeky there, but this one might be a little bit of a bait. The one-way smoke for Exquisitely, but there's no targets to be found. And I said it might have been a bait, but at this point, there's so much util being pumped in. I'm starting to doubt it.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of, they use so much util towards the C main here, and so little for CSU. A few flashes, some vice util. AO drone. They don't really have anything to clear corners. As jump peek there from Novs. Very good damage done on him by Cavern.
You're gonna slow things down with the Vice Wall at the very least if you're CSU, so I mean, drawing the timeout on the bank. You've got players on each side, and YU finds the first kill in the round. There was a lurk. They were rotating all the way behind.
A huge win there. Good clear there by Cavern. Exquisitely gets one on the back end. Gonna get out 3v4 now.
They're keeping things slow. Like, the slower the better at this point for CSU. You're gonna be forcing them to sweat to just get a plant down.
Push up here from Noda. Noda gets taken down by Novs. Exquisitely kills one on the back end. 4v1 here now to clear out Roger, and he gets scrapped, they say.
The clanker's down.
Oh man, this is I think we're in here for a close map 3 if I had to guess. That's a very nice round there from YU killing that deadlock completely. That's a game or a round determining fight. If he loses that, the whole team's rotating towards A fast. Deadlock's taking space there in a second, and then CSU's in a scramble. Wow, and he won that, and they kind of forced Spartans into a uncomfortable C hit where CSU's able to win the round.
I gotta say, I don't agree with the judge buy here from Shuki. Looking at the eco for Spartans, they don't have enough money to buy rifles and heavy shields. This is a perfect outlaw opportunity.
The problem is when you outlaw on a controller, you're kind of contradicting yourself.
That's true.
Because you're gonna have to use smokes, and you might have to smoke yourself off, but you're outlawing. It's just Noda gets one on the back, and he gets a second in this rough buy round. Leanne trades him out. He's gonna be trying to duck out here in a 3v3. Noda so good at this video game, I'm not gonna lie.
He is, if nothing else, a game. And there's the Rolling Thunder is the only ultimate on the field as well right now for like CSU holding it. They're gonna pop it immediately, rolling on onto A, but that's not where they are. Gonna have to give away one, but he still found a second. Leon with 3 in the round, and it is a gorgeous swing up from him.
That was absolutely perfect there. Vike Shuki running out with the judge, kind of baiting out crosshairs as Leanne comes out next, killing 2 on the back end. Great Rolling Thunder. Breach fighting there right down A here. Stun's getting traded out. Flashes now. Just gonna try to get bomb down here. Not sticking it. Bomb would have been down. He's taking a fight. Exquisitely goes out on the back end. And holding a close angle. Gonna re-swing the right side. Gonna fake the flash swing. And he kills him for the 4th. That is a much needed round and a great clutch there for Leanne. And you know what? I'm going to start singing some praises right now. If you're looking at a potential... I don't know if CSUs have anyone ever to go pro in a video game, or maybe pro at all from sports. Leanne's the one you have to watch out for. This guy is absolutely phenomenal at this game. This guy, he works his tail off to be the best, and I think he, honest to God, might be a top 50 player in the nation, and I think he might be a top 250 in the world type of player. And I don't know how we got him, but thank God we did.
Yeah, the kid is cracked. The kid is ridiculous, and I mean, I'm happy to have him. He's also a lovely guy to be with. Yeah. Swing up there early from Y. He's gonna get his 1 before falling, and Leon covering, trying to get some spam through. That's gonna be the showstopper. Let's see if he can do anything, and no! Torn apart! Get the hell out my lobby, he says. Shuki's still gonna fall to the breach, but Leon finds one with the aftershock.
Here, this round's getting a little scrappy here. 2v3 as all rounds have kind of been so far. Leanne here, they're gonna try to take a 2-man swing here. Guns, I think, are gonna be down here. They're gonna have, it's gonna be rifle v rifles here in this 3v2.
How many shots are here? Like, I think this is where they would have rotated. See, potentially, but no, you hear the tap on spike.
Here, good stun there. Deadlock stun traded out. Net going out. Doesn't hit anybody. Teo stun coming out. Breach stun coming out from Waters. The Water swing. That's a damn near perfect stun, but exquisitely kills one on the back end. He kills another! Huge clutch there from CSU. Huge clutch there from exquisitely as the util from the Spartans were damn near perfect with the Breach stun coming out. Was able to easily get some trades going. Getting it to a 1v2, but then some over peaks there by Pistachio. Is able to turn it to a 1v1, and the Breach there is kind of stuck taking the fight, and he loses it, as many people do in the clutch against Exquisitely.
I was about to bring that up as well. You were singing the praises of Leon. I'm going to sing the praises of Exquisitely. He came up from the white team this semester, right? It was a close competition between you two, but one thing that I love about Exquisitely in particular is that he plays very differently than the rest of the team. They're kind of, for lack of a better term, hotheads. They love to go in and take their ones and play aggressive. Exquisitely plays very differently. He's very clutch because he's a little bit slower, a little bit more methodical with how he plays, and it adds a lot to this team, I think, and he is probably the most clutch player in my opinion.
If you have anyone that believes Exquisitely is one of the best, it's me. There's a reason why I force him on Duelist, as he gets taken down there from Noted, as Spike Shucky gets taken down, Noted finds a great timing. There, Pistachio towards B main kills another. In this round, they're just kind of getting picked apart in early picks. First blood goes out, as it's a flawless round there. That is just, as Spike Shucky there, as the pick comes through from someone on CSU, it's probably Leanne saying, if you die there again, I'm running your game down. Joke. But he's as an Omen, as a controller, you just can't die. That's a spot, that's a smoke they've been playing in the whole time. It's obviously going to get spammed. And he's going to know it for the rest of this game, as I'm sure his team's telling him. But going back on it, Exquisitely someone who I have so much belief in as a player. I love the dude to death. He's one of my best friends. And I'm so happy for him when he got onto the squad. As Leanne gets one there. Good trade out 4v4 now. A lot of good ults here for the Spartans as one of them comes out. Kind of wasted, to be honest with you. That's huge for CSU.
It's just Armageddon in Antarctica, really all you're seeing over there. And I love the way that CSU's been playing these light buy rounds. They've been mixing up the go in, play aggressive early, and the play it slow, play it more methodical. The mix-ups this match have been exceptional. You can really tell that this is a team who's been grinding and getting coached and scrimming a lot. Like, they've been playing great, and it's very visible, I think.
Roger gets 3 on the back end. Little cheeky spot there as we're singing their praises. Good shots. Gets 2 on the back end here. Gonna get missiled out. Doesn't even tank one, but Cavern holding the crouch there. 2 great shots there coming out, but just unfortunate there that Roger kills 3 on the back end there.
That's ridiculous. You can never plan around something like that, right? Because sometimes people shoot, sometimes people hit 3 shots like that, and sometimes they just get a montage clip on accident, and it happens. You're gonna at least have a full buy round this time, and again, that would have been a thrifty if somehow they were able to find a win there. This time they've got a full buy round, and like you said, I think this is going to be very close. CSU are playing this a lot closer than they were on map 2, and Spartans playing a lot closer than they were on map 1.
This has been very good for both ends here. Very T-sided map though as well, so they can get 5-6 here for CSU. That they're going to be swimming in it. Drone coming out here, spots him out. And saying, I'm going to stun this Nuff's going to push up on the back end to it. Aftershock coming out here. They're trying to pick him off. Pistachio kills one. This guy's been so good at this. Exquisitely kills Noda on the back end push. Kills another. He's going to get stunned out. Raze is going to go into his own breach ult. A little unfortunate on the timing there. He's going to try to go through. Kills nothing with his ult. 3 ults here left for Spartans. Util's flying out for both ends here. Breach is finding a nice timing up. Flash Arc Rose going out. They're taking some swings mound. Wyatt's going to try to back up. As a breach ult's going to push him back. One of them's able to escape into safety. Roger.
They don't know! They have no idea! He's going to find one, but that's all he's going to get! With the Deadlock ultimate as well, it's taken out!
It's a 1v1 here.
He's able to get this somehow.
And he kills him, but that is such another huge round there from CSU. Ults flying out, so much commitment from both teams. They both know how vital that round is. You just hear a nice in chat from, I don't know, that irrelevant guy trying to say that the ult from Shucky was bad, but I absolutely love it.
Like, it got the value. Told you where all 3 players were from that position, and they got a kill. Like, of course they don't expect him to be appearing there. Like, who in their right mind would TP just in the middle of the other team? And, you know, Shuki's one of those people.
Yeah, he definitely is. Breach flash coming through here. This take they've been doing so often. Spotless. Kind of hard to fight through here. Breach stun going to be held out for Shuki here. There's no infos on either side of the map, I don't believe. I think it's going to be I think CSU's playing here for, they're going to A retake. Or Spartans are going to retake A, but they're wrong. Notice through, exquisitely kills one. That's such a huge pick. Can't pop the veins though, so their hard stop is going to be a little bit slow. Breach flash, Omen flash. He's getting some spray through at him. He's going to live it. Teowal's going to come through. There's going to be one close-up Y. That's someone he's got to expect. Great all. Kills one.
Got the Guardian though. It's not an ideal weapon, but that first shot accuracy can be a boon, especially with no damage fall off realistically. Wallbang's gonna be good too. It's a 2v3 now, and make it a 2v2, make it a 2v1! Nox just takes them down!
Yeah, 2v1 here now as he gets a fourth on the round. And I was gonna comment on Nox, you know, not really having a hot start. I think he was like 1-7. I think, yeah, he's 5-7 now after that round. But Nox is one of those players that you can just expect to always have somewhat of an on switch. When he starts, he's definitely a shooter. If he's not anything, I mean, like he's our IGL or their IGL for a reason. He also has a gun on him. This guy's one of the best. He's my aim coach. He's just so good at the just pure fundamentals of being able to aim. And you saw it right there as he takes the head off one, another, and another. This is a great half year, by the way, for CSU.
Exceptional.
Very T-sided map, I believe. They're starting off very high here on the CT side. Taking the orb pick up. He's taking a swing at Pistachio. Y is showing so much confidence on that end. Kills him. Lurk is kind of dead. It's going to force Spartans into a rough position. Missiles coming out. Bike Shuki inside. He's going to find a timing here. Kind of early on it himself, but he still gets one. He's flying out. Gets two. Just one-shot Sue. My shorty does not do that, let me tell you, folks.
I don't think my judge does that. Are you kidding me? The guy's checking PC at that point. It's a 4v2 now. They're still going to play for the retake pretty much.
This is... Noted and Cameron are still alive. The two best players for the Spartans. So CSU still going to have to play this slow. These two are still not... They're not going to make many mistakes. They have to win the gunfights.
That door was open, so I feel like if I'm the Vikes right now, I'd be looking into... See, he's going to walk right through the guy to Salvo, and Leon's going to find one. It's now a solo performance for Noted.
Noted, someone who can sing by himself. Try to find it. Nice flash. Going to give him info. Stun coming through here. Didn't know he's front sight. Nade coming through. He's going to duck back. Gonna take some swings here. Nodi gets one. Now he gets another, and that's somebody, as I said, he can sing himself a nice little solo performance because he's just so good at what he does.
It's evened up here so far. There's only going to be what, 2 more rounds here. CSU, the worst case scenario is 5-7. Best case scenario, obviously 7-5. And for, I agree. Obviously, I'm not, you know, a good, reliable source of information for this game, but I agree. I think this is a very attack-sided favored map, and getting 5 so far is exceptional. Getting 6, delightful. Getting 7, absurd.
CSU's not sad about this first half here so far. If they can get 6, I'm sure they'll be absolutely fine with that. A take's going to be taking good. Vines coming out here. Damage done. I think that was on the drone. Killed it. Didn't really get much off it. Reopening door. Stun coming through for Y. Or Exquisite. We can't find anything as Noted gets another. He's having an absolutely stellar map so far. And here on the back end is going to take a fight against Noted. Loses. He's going to try to get out as Pistachio kills one on the back end. Noted overheats, gets taken out, but still a 4v1 as Cavern shoots him through a smoke, making it a 5-6 start for Spartans. This Noted guy's absolutely flying.
Map 1 wasn't great for the guy. Map 2 was good, but not stellar. We're seeing stellar now, if nothing else. And the Vikes will have a full buy coming into this final round. I say full buy. They're going to have a couple light shields and a regen shield over on Shuki. So it's not perfect. It's not ideal, but it's enough to get the job done. And same kind of goes for the ultimates, right? You only have the Armageddon. You're gonna have the Showstopper as well in just a moment if Y's able to, you know, get 2 kills, get an ult orb, get a kill.
Knob's taking some early damage here, kind of paid out for Wise. I just think it's the deadlock here. Gonna take some.
Actually, could have been. It's an unfortunate kill there, and as YU will fall as well. Shuki just gonna walk right through the aftershock. He's gonna be fine for now. There's the Showstopper sent in, and Leon falls. Shuki can't bear to watch, and now there's only a 2v3. It'll have to be a clutch from Exquisitely now. I was gonna say, in that position, you could have popped the Armageddon down B, but now there's one for him to deal with.
Yeah, that's a rough round there from CSU. If you just taking a look at it,
Switching sides.
it's just rough that YU doesn't get that kill on Pistachio right there. That's such a huge kill. He gets that kill. He's applying so much pressure from B main as they try to go, as the Spartans go into a B split. And it's just not the greatest of rounds there from CSU. Is, you know, some of the momentum has been swung.
Yeah.
But going into the second half, all it takes is this pistol round to be won. CSU to get back into it and potentially tie us up.
So here's what I was thinking during that round when I was watching it, right? Obviously, there was some walking up there down B, right? So what I thought was going to happen, because Knott's already taken a lot of damage, he less likely to survive, pop the Armageddon, going from attacker side into there, like down through B main. That'll force them into YU's grasp, or force some kills.
Right there.
And then you can trade Knott's from that point because his ult's been used.
Yeah, it's just at the best of situations here. Is no info's been gathered from CSU. Noted plays a nice corner here, gets one. Nov trades him out. Door's being broken. He gets taken out by Cavern. His breach done. Comes through. One store. 3v4 now 2v4. Cavern gets another one on the back end. He gets a third on the round. And this round, perfectly played here from Spartans. Presently kills one on the back end. Gonna get netted up as CSU, I think, just needs to call a timeout, and they need to take a breather.
I think they might wait. So, excuse me, sorry. So as we know, knowing these guys, obviously, they are fairly hot players. They are they play with their heart on their sleeves. They very momentum based. What I've said in the past, and I think that they've kind of applied this, whether or not because I said it, is they pause before the rifle rather than on a light buy. That way then they can pause and recuperate their emotions and immediately go into a very winnable round rather than re-strategize on a pistol. Technically better, but I think that the way that the mentals work out, I think it's better to pause during the rifle.
Here's the B hit here, and he's going to be trying to go for bomb down. Gonna try to be taking out some C space here. Push into CT begins. And you're gonna be on. Presently kills one on the back and gets traded out. 4v1 here is very quick. Trades coming out. Ducky gonna try to find it. Noted clears him.
I do like the patience from him there, though. Right? He with the trigger discipline, he waited for a moment to try to find something, but couldn't quite. They do get one kill, which is a nice consolation prize, but I mean, from this point moving forward, now it's do or die at this point. So you need to start winning these rounds as attack favored, as was said prior. You're on the attack side. You got to start finding some opportunities to win.
Absolutely.
Now we win.
There's not much more to be said, to be honest. They gotta start getting hot.
And this is the place where I would expect the pause, right?
Yeah. This looks like it just slowly get out of their grasp. Maybe they have a call they like here.
Right there.
Pistachio kills Ryu on the back end, and Pistachio Kid has just consistently picked off CSU players. Playing really well right now.
Knott's is at least gonna get mound control, so you have that to feel okay about, but Roger takes down Shuki.
And there's an over-aggression there. He gets stunned, I believe, and then fought at. Now it's a 3v5. It's panic. I'm gonna say for me starts to set in for this team.
This is not the time you want to see double digits in the score.
Good hit.
You want to get at least one more round here before you're even thinking about giving one away. This could be a double rotate potentially, but they're going to commit to C for now. Noth's going to find Katashio. He just can't escape the Armageddon in time. It's too much for him. Stunned.
Wall gets stripped. There's no ones on the flank. That's a huge save there for Exquisitely. And took a fight. Both dodged the flash.
Launching thorns.
Nice coming out.
10 seconds left.
Aftershock missiles. Gonna delay the bomb plant just a little bit. Gonna have to go for a stick. Good stun. Come out. Here comes the flank from Noted. And here in a 1v2, but he kills the bomb and another round lost and all guns removed. This looked like they weren't aware for the timing. You heard me say earlier that the wall got tripped as the timeout comes out now. And I'm gonna be real with you folks, man. We sound sad. We sound a little depressed commentating this for a reason. This has been a rough first 3 rounds, rough kind of just 6 rounds here.
Yeah.
In general, CSU just look kind of lost. They're not winning gunfights. That round you saw there, 2 people instantly picked off in main.
You think the pressure getting to them?
Maybe. This is a team that I don't know. Sometimes they let the pressure is such a rough term because I don't know. I think playing with these guys, being around them, I don't know if they face much pressure. It's just like the fact I think they're sometimes they're streaky, and I think they need one of these rounds. They just need a round to win. Basketball, the quote is you just have to see one go in. They just got to see one go in, and the Spartans are just might as well be Dikembe Mutombo, and they're blocking every chance that they have at doing that. So,
and that's kind of what happened last map, right? When they won 2 rounds, lost 8 in a row. Like they just needed to see one go in, and when they did, they ended that half, winning the rest of the rounds.
Good Sassel's across here. Noda's going to be stunned. He's going to be re-swinging back out. Waiu gets one on the back end. Noss gets traded. 3v3 now, but now a 1v2. If round could get very scary. Close here in a second, but he loses the fight against Roger, and 5-11 now. They try to do something quick. Works out a little bit, but just trades coming in. They just lose. A lot of these rounds also, too, they're just losing the trading battle. They're not trading as well as the Spartans are.
And that was, even in map 1, I was pointing that out, is that they haven't been, Spartans have been trading a lot better this whole series, realistically. Even map 1, which was exceptionally dominant for the Vikings, they were still getting out-traded. And that's really been the major thing that I think has been holding them back, and I think that's what Spartans have kind of leaned into as the series has gone on. 2 on mound, you see it.
So re-clear towards
this. Gotta worry about the guy. It's all about 1 on each end. That's nice. That's good. Who grabbed the ult for that? Oh, blast packs right in. Sees the.
I think Omen was sight too.
Yeah, you saw at least one more there. He must have escaped in time before. CSU managed to find their way full through, and now they're hunting these players down. This might be a little bit too aggressive from them, I'm gonna be honest.
I think the only point it gets too aggressive is if they're not traveling in a decent pack. I mean, like, they're just trying to clear out space. If they travel in a pack and they get traded out like that, then they just deserve to lose. Liang gets one, Nops gets another. A huge round there from Nops as they see the one that they have to see go in. Very clean round, good util for the retake, and they have to start getting high. 6-11, they need to start. If they get to around 8-11, I think that's when the Spartans are going to be broke, and that's really when this game becomes close. But right now, CSU just got to start getting cooking a little bit.
And a bit of that depends on the trades again, right? Like if we get to 8-11 and Spartans have been taking down 3 players each time, then they're probably still going to be fine on the finances, right? But
takes the TP. Tries to get a little util off. Spartans not buying. Dude towards C here.
Got the spike. Shadows traveling.
Deep smoke there from them. Flashes your omen. Every time I see people shooting a deadlock wall, it terrifies me. It's got so much health, and people can just swing up on you when you're distracted doing that.
Yeah, it's very broken in that sense. VALORANT going down for the take. Cavern still gets one on the back end. Good stun. Kill from Leanne. Nice kill onto Noted. Breach out to try to buy him a little bit more space. One from main. Novs kills one on the back end. One more towards main. Very good util for CSU in this take. They take down Cavern, and right there what you saw was perfect util to create space. The VALORANT, which I thought was a little early, but obviously it wasn't. The breach ought to buy that, but they committed so much, and you see what the Spartans committed, which is no ults.
Yeah.
They got 4 ults here. And CSU, I'm gonna have to be real here, folks. They're gonna have to win a round where the Spartans might use 3 ults, and maybe CSU is lucky to use 1. If they win a round like that, then you really see the comeback start flying.
I mean, they saw their one going, and this is the first time they have a real chance to make a good advantage from it, right? In the past, it's been 2-3 rounds that they're able to get off of those. You see the deadlock wall is in there, and it's not something that they really want to deal with, but they're at least going to
You
show
have to
some
at least
presence.
break it. I'm pushed up on the A main, and Leanne's kind of jiggling it. He's gonna get stunned out.
Go ahead.
AOL coming out. Noda's gonna be pushing in with the ult. Because Leanne's just trying to buy space. He sees it, gonna dodge it. Gotta re-clear. They don't have bomb. Their own ult.
Oh my god! What a shot from Noted, but what a shot from Knots, returning things back to a neutral state. It's a 3v3 now, and they know exactly where the spike is, exquisitely with another. They've got a chance here. They are 1 player up, and 2 ultimates were used, and combined they did about 50 damage.
And Vike Shucky here with a very nice re-wrap. Omen Flash gonna get through. He's gonna hit Leanne on the back end. But Vike Shucky gets around, and that's one of those huge rounds. A lot of ults just kind of flying. You saw there, almost got scary why he wasn't able to get his shot off before Noda takes him down. 2 ults used there on the take there. They're gonna stagger that deadlock ult, gonna stagger their Omen ult. And that's such a huge round for CSU as 2 of their major ults go down there from the Spartans, and they're still able to win. Huge kills coming from Exquisitely and Novs. And for CSU, you just gotta see why you start flying. We know how good this kid can be, and we need him to be that good.
You only got 1 ult right now, but that Armageddon is soon to be online. If Nos can keep shooting the way that he has been in the past few rounds, it's a beautiful swing. Ignores the first, finds the second. And that is going to be the duelist down. Noted is down.
If you want to talk about priority target, the priority target's always going to be Noted, and they take him down there. That's huge. Novs kills one on the back end. Cavern's going to open the door but run away. Now it's a 3v5. These rounds are starting to fly here from CSU. Leanne, Shucky are going to go for a double peek down towards stairs. They'll be clearing it out together. 3, 2, 1 in all these corners. Ready, 3. Well, go on 3. Some of them say Bikes exquisitely killing the breach on the opposite end. Huge kill. Whyu's going to be flying wherever he's flying to. Shucky kills Roger on the back end, and now these rounds start to fly.
They got 2 ult orbs and Knots as well, so he is full to the brim. He is just stuffed to the gills.
Cavern probably going to try to save here. If you want to press tab real quick for me, Christian, just to see their money. I think he's going to be on a save, trying to save their gun. What you're going to see here probably for the next round for the Spartans, depending on what happens, is I would presume most of them have about 3.5 to 4,000. You're going to maybe even lower 3s. You're going to see a force buy. They're going to be playing around that deadlock ult that they're going to have, and they're going to play for the breach ult they're going to try to get with the ult orb. And next round's going to be a major one here for CSU.
I don't like how... Okay, never mind. I was going to say I don't like how desperately it seems they're chasing this kill, but when Exquisitely just hits, he hits. And, like, they're not even going to be able to get that save that you were talking about. That, you know, if they lose this round, right?
Threes. Yeah, they're going to be on a full save here. There's a chance there's going to be some Deagles coming out. Deagle's such one of those, like, 50-50 guns in the game.
Yeah.
I had a little round during comp where it was like second round, we lost the first one, I get 3 with a Deagle, we win. That's how a Deagle can be.
Maybe a Hero Vandal or something, but...
That Deadlock also going to be so massive. If they get a close round, Deadlock's still alive, he pops it, the round can be flipped on his head. Tries to fake.
Booted.
They're going to be a push-up here. This is a huge take. Caverns kills one, Cavern kills another. Gonna hit Exquisitely. Leanne kind of missing the initial burst. Leanne's gonna have to hold this down with his life. They're gonna try to sprint towards A. Like Shucky here, I like this a lot. He's gonna try to just pick him off, but Cavern gets a third. And this round's a flip on his head. Cavern with a fourth. And
got the spike, so it's doable.
Wall tripped.
That's a rough round from CSU. Could have made it 10, but the take from C-Main was just so good. As the breach gets another, and that's a very interesting call there from CSU. They were kind of starting to do this default of 2-2-1, and you have to expect on low guns that Spartans try to trap some or take some quick, and that's what they did as a Thrifty comes out, and that's a swing. That's a huge swing, and CSU...
They have, I mean, they should have money thanks to the spike, if nothing else. And yeah, they're actually swimming in it. I thought that would be low on funds, but Shuki and Exquisitely both maxed out on currency. It's going to be a full buy from both teams. If CSU wins this, they should be able to go up to 11, but we said that last round that they should be able to win that one, and 50 came through. So, I mean, you got 2 difficult rounds to win if you're CSU to bring us to overtime, at least.
Yeah. A rough one. A little depressed. A little sad.
It's not over until it's over. I see one at the very least. For Noths with the drone.
And start this A main retake. Omen goes in, clears it out. Nothing there. Notice probably going to be on the left though. He's going to be on stairs. There's going to be one to their left. I guarantee it. Board's broken now. Odin spam coming through door.
Right there.
It's Wyu down as their take towards B begins. Good stun, good util. They gotta clear out towards B main. They have no clue of that area. Deadlock coming through the smoke.
Steel Garden as well.
Lifeshaw's gonna clear him out some space. Like Shucky's gonna try to take advantage of it. As he gets jumped off here, he can't get one. KO coming through. Wyu kills one on the back end. Noths with another. Missiles coming through to get him off bomb.
It's Noths in a 1v1. He's got to hit this clutch. This is do or die now.
As he loses it.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. It was to the wire, though. It really was.
Defenders win.
That's a rough one. And CSU's going to be taking that one on the chin, as I think that puts them out of CVAL.
It does.
In totality. They have the CECC and NECC to focus on now, and that's one they're going to have to live with right there.
What I will say, not quite, I don't think CECC, but NECC does have a slot. I think whoever wins that goes into the Valorant Collegiate Final Championship. So there's still technically a chance here for the Vikes to try to make moves there, but it was just an unfortunate... It really comes down to that one round. That one round where they had all the advantages. They had ults, they had money. Played a little bit too far forward, got trapped, got caught, got killed.
Yeah. A little unfortunate there from CSU, as folks, it's gonna be the close end of it. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go say hi to the team. See how they're feeling, and a rough one, rough little day here from CSU for our Valorant team, but trust me, they'll be back. They'll play with a different fire for CECC, and hopefully we can go to Texas.
Yeah, that's ultimately the goal, isn't it? Thank you all for watching. I'm not going to have an interview today because, don't want to risk it. The boys tend to be pissed off with me after any loss, no matter what, if I try to ask for an interview. So we're going to end things off tonight. tonight here. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you all for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your night.